Last year when they rolled out the energy management package, they rolled it out all summer, I sold 0. And Todd said something at the beginning of last summer where he said that the future of Vivint is going to be in the full home automation packages, and that those people who don't adapt or don't pick up what the new packages and selling them, and those are the people that are going to be left behind. I make up my mind that to any situation, to any demographic, to any person in any situation in life, they can benefit from the energy management program, and they can benefit from the door locks and the cameras. So I make up my mind before I go out every day to create value for the full home automation package, because it's a lot easier to take stuff away than it is to continue to add on different packages. I think a lot of the reps struggle because everybody is so comfortable doing what we've always done in the past years, and that's just the alarms. And I feel that now with the new home automation packages that it does create so much value to the customer that the reps just need to figure out a certain way to actually present it to them. And so I feel that a lot of the reps, what happens is, since we've been doing this every day, a lot of us have done it for more than 1 or 2 summers, and all the time we're selling these alarm systems for $99 activation. And so to us it turns into a $99 system, when in reality that's not the case at all. When if we step out of our shoes into the consumer shoes, and in reality these systems go for about $1,800 to over $2,000. And I think a lot of the times we forget that, and we forget what value it creates to the customer, which I think isn't fair to the customer, because a lot of the people that have our system or that need our system are going to want the home automation, they're going to want the energy management, they're going to want to save money on their monthly bills, but because the rep is so comfortable doing what he knows, that they don't get that opportunity. I've been getting the same objections doing the full home automation package as I was doing the security package. There's no different. You're still going to face the price. You're still going to face people who have dogs, who have guns. The only thing that I've been doing is I always let them know that I know their situation beforehand, that I know everybody's on a fixed income, that I know everybody has dogs, that I know everybody has guns. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this, because they want something connected to the police, the paramedics, and the fire. And so with the home automation, with the energy management, with the cameras, with the door locks, the price is never really a big issue, because a lot of the times if you build value for these things, they know they're going to use it. Most people have smartphones, most people have deadbolts. They want something that they can use from their iPhone. They want it to be automated. It's just if the rep does get nervous with the $49.99 as opposed to the $68.99, that's where people feel more comfortable, and that's where they stay. So I feel that if we're able to literally build the value in that, but also say it with confidence, the $68.99. I have everybody always say, hey, $68.99, I get all of this. Yeah, you get all of that. When I walk up to a home, I try to find anything and everything that I can to make sure that I know who I'm going to talk to on the other side of that door. I look for golf clubs in the garage, I look for motorcycles, I look for four-wheelers, I look for bumper stickers. So the majority of the time before I get to the home, before I knock on the door, I know exactly who I'm going to be talking to. When I get to the door, I like to introduce myself. Hello, how you doing, ma'am? I shake everybody's hand. You're the homeowner, right? That way I go from being a sales rep to someone who actually has a name, a human being.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm Reno, nice to meet you. What was your name?
Teresa.
Teresa. I'm with Vivint. You've probably seen us helping out a lot of your neighbors. So one of the main objections that a lot of us get is right when we show up to the door. They always say, you're with security, I don't want it, I talked to someone last year. So the way I handle that is I just say, perfect, who did you talk to last year? Great, what company? APX, okay, that's us, we're Vivint now. Do you remember what they said to you? Do you remember what was going on last year? A lot of them say, no, I just know I didn't want an alarm system. Perfect, ma'am, that's fine. The reason why we changed our name, the alarm system is obviously a part of it, which is why a lot of your neighbors we've helped out. But the reason why we changed our name is because now we offer more services that last year, people in your situation, they didn't get it, mainly just because they didn't have these services. Have you been in any of your neighbors' homes and seen the new systems that we've been helping out? They kind of tell you what we've been doing?
Actually, no.
Not really?
No.
Okay, seen a bunch of guys in their orange shirts out on the streets?
That I have seen.
The more that I build trust, the more that they can take me as a human being instead of a sales rep, the faster I build trust, which was my main objective. is I feel we have a lot of stuff working against us as we go up to a door, just because we do have a clipboard, we do have a badge, and everybody knows we're going to be selling something. So if I'm able to connect with them on a personal level instead of just on a company level as a salesman, then I feel like my chances are a lot higher of being able to help them out. Okay, most people know us as APX. You've probably seen like all those blue and white signs in front of people's homes. That's us. We just barely changed our name to Vivint. So basically our company, we're updating all those old blue and white signs, and we're putting up the big orange Vivint ones right now. I point to my binder and I show them the orange signs. And then a lot of them, once they see those, they are familiar with it. If they're still not familiar with it, I try to point out one of the old APX signs in the neighborhood so they can see exactly what we're doing. And then I ask them, have you lived here quite a while?
Just a couple of years.
A couple of years. Have you been in any of your neighbors' homes? Do you know quite a bit of them?
I do. I've been in a few homes, yeah.
Do you know like the Welshes, the Garretts, the Laportes? You know Phil next door? I don't know, sometimes we'd have 5 to 10 names before they ask me what I'm doing. No matter what, a lot of people tell me that they know a lot of people tell me they don't know any of the people that I read off. I promise you, if they tell you that they don't know anybody or if they don't care what their neighbor's doing, even if you say the neighbor's names, I promise you they care what you're doing because they want to know what you did to help out the neighbors. Okay, basically a lot of those people have lived here quite a while.
Right.
So the reason why we switched our name, ma'am, formerly from APX to Vivint, is because now we're offering a little more services and whatnot. We do a bunch of the alarms and the home automation systems. I don't tell them we're installing a lot of the alarms. I don't tell them we're selling the alarms. I say, hey, we're the ones that are doing a bunch of the alarm systems and the home automations. Have you been in any of your neighbors' homes? If they give me a quick objection while I'm going through this, while I'm trying to connect with them on a personal level instead of a salesman level, I take a couple steps back and I just say, sir, is there any, do you exactly know exactly what we're doing? And depending on what they say, I'll just say, listen, my job takes 2 seconds. A lot of people feel the same way you. They think I'm just another salesman coming to the door with something that they don't want. A lot of people have felt that exact same way. I promise you, once you know exactly what we're doing, you'll appreciate it. If you don't like it, sir, I'll go to the next door. That's fine. I've already helped out a lot of your neighbors, and a lot of them have said the exact same thing until they know exactly what we're doing. This is kind of what a bunch of your neighbors have in their home. You say you've never been in your neighbors' homes, have you?
I've been in a couple, but nobody that has this system.
Okay. After I show them the slick, I tell them, you've lived here more than 3 years, right? Like a lot of your neighbors that we've been helping out. Perfect. About how long exactly? Awesome. Then every time I'll say, did you guys have an existing alarm, or did you guys have one put in like a lot of your neighbors? And I always motion back to all the neighbors who have the signs in the area, or I'll read off a couple more of the names that I've helped out, so they can know not only that I've been helping a lot of people out, but that a lot of their neighbors have had the system. So that way I go from being a salesman to someone who knows their name, a person, and also someone who's also helped out a lot of his friends.
No, we did
Nothing,
not.
right?
Nothing was.
Perfect. So this is basically what we've been doing, because a lot of people, like I say, they've lived here quite a while. A couple of them just moved in and we've helped out. A lot of people tell me they're on a fixed income or whatnot. A ton of people have like boats and stuff, and so they're gone quite a bit. So a lot of them just want something connected, like to the police, the fire, and the paramedics, which is why we've been so busy. After I tell them everybody that we've helped out, and after I show them the signs, I show them the slick, and I start with the security part. Perfect. The reason, like I said, ma'am, why a ton of your neighbors do have those little signs out in front of their yard, super simple. This is the alarm system that's wireless and cellular, okay? Which means that if your phone cord, your power cord gets cut, your alarm system still works, okay? It's a touch screen keypad, obviously. The biggest benefit from that being that the new keypads, they talk to you through it. So it's a two-way voice system, so you don't have to be by a phone in case of an emergency. I tell them the alarm and the home automation, but no one really knows what the home automation is until I tell them. Flip it over really quick. This year, ma'am, is actually the first year we've ever been able to incorporate like the cameras, the door locks, and the thermostats. The reason why I ask my questions so assumptively is so that the customers can know that I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, you probably, just like all your neighbors or other people that have helped out with this floor plan, you probably have 3 doors in your home, right? The front, the back, the garage. Okay, perfect. Just like the Johnsons, just like everybody else pretty much. What we mainly start off doing is most people, they don't worry about their doors, but they're most concerned because that's the main points of entry.
Right.
And everybody always agrees with me. Yeah, those are the main points of entry. Then after I go through their doors, I'll tell them. And so what we've been doing for everybody is we put the wireless door sensors on each of their doors. Okay, what that does is that protects anybody from coming in when they don't want to. So basically when you guys are gone or sleeping or whatnot, if someone does break in through any of the doors, the alarm will go off. So that protects all of your doors. Any other doors around here that I'm missing besides the 3?
Not in this house, no.
Okay. The old ones, ma'am, basically what they used to do, right? Do you mind if I show you really quick?
No, come on in.
Let me take off my shoes.
You're fine.
So basically with a lot of the old systems that your neighbors have around here, the old door sensors, they used to have to go up here. And a lot of people around here have like this nice trim and whatnot. And so the new ones, they're actually called recessed door sensors. So instead of having something visible here, we just put a little magnet inside the door jamb here, and so you can't see it. Then after I go through their doors, I'll tell them, hey, a lot of people around here also, they use the smartphones or they get online quite a bit. Do you do either of those? Quite a bit. You same thing?
Yep.
Smartphone?
Yep, smartphone.
iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then everybody gets online and everybody has a smartphone, and so they want to know what I'm going to talk about next. So that way I've already built the emotion, I've already built the security part. I tell them that their house is going to be protected, and then I go into the home automation part and show them everything that they can use from their iPhone. Basically what you can do is from the new systems, like I said, the camera, the door lock, and the thermostat, those are all included. And since a lot of people use their iPhone so much, you can control your entire system from your phone. So technically what it does is you can always log in and see the status of your home. If like a window or a door that we cover is open, it'll show you at all times. The new ones, you can actually arm and disarm your system from anywhere in the world. And also they show you a history of who comes in and out of the home. And I tell them that with the automatic door lock, instead of people giving out a lot of keys, they can automatically punch in the code and it will automatically open the door for them. And I tell them that we're covering everybody's front door with that, or the door that they mainly use the most. So the new ones, you can actually punch in the code. It will open up the door automatically. The only thing I don't have on my phone that you'll have on yours is you can actually lock and unlock your door from your phone.
That is impressive.
Yeah, so you'll have one thermostat, one camera, one door lock. Like I said, we didn't have them last year. This is the first year we've ever been able to pay for them. After I go through the door lock, I will show them the camera, and I'll tell them that it's mobile, and I'll tell them the benefits of that. The new ones also, they do include the mobile cameras, and so you can always see what's going on inside your home.
Very cool.
Mobile meaning that you can put it different places, different times. They can move it to different places and different locations, which a lot of people benefit from, because when they go on trips, they want to put it out their window or they want to put it by their door so they can see exactly what's going on. And then what I'll do is I'll also transition after that into the energy management part. And then of course the new ones, you can also adjust your thermostat as well. You'd be surprised how much money people are saving with the new smart thermostat. And I'll tell them, you probably have the Honeywell or the Lux Pro thermostat.
The old dial.
The old dial one. Do you mind if I look at it really quick?
Oh, come on up.
All right, I'll follow you. Go ahead. All right, perfect. So you have the old Honeywell, ma'am, just like a lot of your neighbors do. And so what we do with these thermostats, it's super, super simple. All we do is we take off the old one and we put on the brand new one, which gives you access to control it from your smartphone or your computer. You know, on average, the savings is about $24 a month. I kind of like to under-promise, over-deliver, so I tell people maybe like 12 to 15 bucks a month. But you will be surprised how much you save, just because it's intertwined with the system. It can tell whether you're home or whether you're away when you set the alarm system. I like to recap and I say, okay, after we've covered all your doors, after we make sure that this window is covered, after we make sure that the back slider is covered, is there any other part of the home that you would want specifically covered? And they always say, well, probably nothing. And I say, if you had to think about it.
We have a window that sits right off of a porch. So
Okay.
that would be another spot, would maybe be. And then downstairs we have windows that are flush with the ground.
Okay, perfect. Mind if I look at one of those?
Absolutely not.
Great. All right, Teresa, so this is the window that you're mainly concerned about.
Yes.
And you say that for what reason? When I'm doing the presentation, a lot of the questions that I ask, I already know exactly what they're going to answer, which is exactly why I ask them at certain points.
So it's easy for people you know, it's
Absolutely.
feasible somebody could jump over the fence and come in.
No, pretty much all your neighbors with the same floor plan, they mainly say the same thing. And I make sure that they know that I've helped out other people in their same situation. Other people that have the same deadbolt locks, other people that have the same thermostats, and other people that have the same floor plans. So what they realize is okay, this guy is a professional. I know him on a personal level. I do trust him. He's helped out my neighbors. So we'll make sure this is covered for you exactly how you want it. So it'll be locked. We'll cover the glass breaking. We'll cover all 4 of your doors. You'll obviously have the door lock on the front door. You'll have the thermostat. You'll have the camera. So you'll have that. You'll also, ma'am, like I say, save probably, like I said, anywhere from $12 to $24 a month on your energy just because of the smart thermostat. And then of course we do give you, have you ever seen those energy efficient light bulbs, those swirly ones
Yeah.
that a lot of people have? We give you a dozen of those. Don't buy any, they're like almost $8 a bulb. We give you a dozen of them and you'll obviously save additional money for that as well. Basically, ma'am, the only thing that I do in my job is super easy. Do you mind if I sit down really quick?
No, that's not a problem.
All right, appreciate it. What I do is I pull out my binder and I already have an SES paper on the top of my binder. That way the transition is very seamless, so I don't have to open up my binder, grab another piece of paper, making it more complicated than it needs to be. I show them the SES and I say, ma'am, my job is very, very simple. All I do is I'll just write down the equipment that you get, and then I cross out all the prices and I put a big 0 here. If they haven't brought up price yet, then I bring it up myself. What a lot of your neighbors want to know is they want to know exactly how much it costs them. So what we've been doing, normally, ma'am, to have your system as big as your house is, normally it would cost about, with everything that you'd get, it'd probably cost around $1,500, $1,700 or whatnot. We cover all that for you, just like we've been doing for everybody else. So I build the value of the system, and then I'll say, but of course you are going to cover something. And they're like, yeah, what do I pay? The only thing you do cover, you do pay $99 like to activate the system. And then you pay the monthly monitoring, which is $1,000 a month. I'm just kidding. Normally, ma'am, other companies charge like $81.99 or so a month.
Okay.
We lower everybody's here to $68.99, and it doesn't raise. Okay? Stays the exact same throughout your entire term. I feel that the more specific and the more detail oriented I am with the customer, that the more they trust me, so they know there's no hidden fees or extra costs. Now, do you folks plan on moving?
Possibly about 3 years.
3 years? Okay. The new systems, we lower the agreements to 42 months. So we lock you in so your rate doesn't change throughout your entire term of 42 months.
Okay.
If you move, just let us know. Leave the system here. We'll set up a brand new one for free at your new place. So basically, just so I know that I have everything covered, and then I'll go over the equipment. So this is what we'll do, ma'am. We'll cover your doors, we'll cover your windows. I'll go through the home automation. I'll go through the energy management. After I have everything written down, I show her me crossing off all the prices, so that way she knows. I put a big 0 by all the prices, so that way she knows that I'm not hiding anything, and this is everything right here. Now after I fill out the SES, after I qualify them on the app, then I transition into the phone call, the survey. By that time, my job is pretty much done, and I let them know that. Okay, so that's it, ma'am. My job's pretty much done. Super, super simple. The only thing I do now is when I call the data center, they talk to you briefly just to make sure I did my job right.
Okay.
So all they'll say, Teresa, is they'll say, are you the homeowner? Is this your address and phone number? Is Reno Mendenhall wearing like his shirt and his badge? Just make sure I'm doing my job. They let you know that I lowered the activation from 198 to 99. They'll tell you that I covered all the equipment, all the installation and everything, like we said. They'll also let you know that I lowered the monthly monitoring to $68.99 and that it won't raise throughout your entire term of 42 months. So I fill out the SES and then I get them on the phone call, so that way they can verify everything that I've said. So I get them on my same team because by that point they like me. So when I tell them about the call, they're like, okay, great, you did a great job, what do I do? And then they ask you if I made any promises, not outlined here. And everybody always says I'll wash their boat or mow their lawn or something. They're just kidding. And then that's basically it. And then they do everybody's monthly monitoring securely through everybody's checking. You can just pick what day it comes out. Do you mind if I use your phone really quick?
Nope, that's not.